I'm back with another braces update, long overdue because they have been taken off now. Today I'm going to be covering everything that happens after you get your braces off. Some of these things I had no idea. No idea. I'm also going to be giving some tips and tricks and busting some myths. I'm going to be covering getting the braces off, retainers, whitening, composite bonding, dental hygiene, and what I'm having done next. And I'll be showing close-ups of my teeth as well. So I had my braces on for 1 year and 6 months. In my last update, I had the blue kind of turquoise bands put on, and the last colour bands that I ever got to wear were pink. I was actually really upset when my braces were taken off. I loved having braces. I thought they just were so cute. They gave my face so much character. It was actually quite sad to get them taken off, which is weird because most people cannot wait to get them taken off, but I was like, no.
Don't worry, honey. It's only for a couple of years. Years.
I'm really happy with the result, but they're not completely finished yet. There's still quite a few things that I'm having done, which is why there will be more updates to come. Getting them off was surprisingly quick. It did not hurt at all, but it did feel really weird. He kind of like went in with these big pliers and like crunched them off. I can't remember. I think he put on some kind of solution to loosen up the glue. I actually can't remember. I wanted to film it, but he wouldn't let me film. And then after that, they like cleaned them, polished them, filed off all the remaining glue, which was nice because I was so scared that I was going to have those brown bits lingering on my teeth, but after he had cleaned them, they were all gone, so I was very, very pleased. Lots of people told me to beware that sometimes you can be left with little white squares on your teeth where your teeth are stained, but I think I was lucky with that because my braces weren't on for as long as a lot of people. Then I had no idea he was going to do this, but he actually fit a bar along the back of my bottom teeth. I know that people do this because my friend had it done, but I just didn't realize that I would have it done as well. It wasn't actually explained to me before I got my braces, so I had no idea that was happening, but that happened. I've had no problems with it yet, but I have heard sometimes they can break and they're quite hard to keep clean under there. I'll explain later of some things that I've had done to fix that. He then took a scan mold of my teeth so that my retainers could be made. I couldn't go back to pick them up because I live ages away. I eventually got them in the mail. Here they are, clear plastic retainers, and essentially these are supposed to last me like a lifetime. And he gave me a cute little pink plastic case to put them in, which I appreciated. Here's the thing that I didn't know before getting braces. I did not know that I would have to wear these for the rest of my life. No one explained this to me before getting braces. I honestly thought braces was just a one and done. I thought maybe I'd have to be wearing it for like a few months or a few years after and then I could forget about it, but no. I gotta wear this every freaking night for the rest of my life now. So the first couple of weeks, he told me that I should try and wear them as much as possible during the day and the night. And then after the first 2 weeks, he said I can just wear them during the night. You're also not supposed to eat or drink anything whilst wearing these except for water because they can get discolored and they can like break. You can scratch them and like dent them, and basically you don't want to screw these up because these are responsible for keeping your teeth straight for the rest of your life. So now I wear these every night, and in the morning I take them out, I rinse them under like warm water. You're not meant to rinse them with hot water, I guess because the plastic could warp, although it's made of like a really special plastic that's meant to like stay in its shape. I forgot to mention that when I first got them, they were really tight on my teeth and I really struggled to get them out, which is normal with new retainers. So I used the end of a pair of tweezers to help to pry them off for about the first 2 months. I didn't realize that you could actually get a removal tool, which I would highly recommend using over using anything else. Otherwise, you could risk damaging your retainers or hurting your teeth or gums like I did. And if you go too long without wearing your retainers, your teeth can move, and when you put your retainer back on eventually, it can be quite painful. So if you go over a month or two, which I would not recommend, but it happens for various reasons, a couple of dentists on YouTube recommend that you try your best to get them back on and wear them as much as possible for the next few weeks in order order for your teeth to slowly straighten out again, and then you can go back to just at nighttime. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like it and check out my other braces videos on my channel. I've had a nightmare with these things. The first good couple of months, I was really bad at remembering to wear them. I would go like nights in a row just forgetting to wear them because it wasn't a habit of mine to put them in before going to bed every night. I've also lost them quite a few times. It's not even funny. These are so easy to misplace because they're very light and they're clear. So if you put them like on a surface or like on the windowsill, they can fall down the back of the radiator, they can be knocked off. If you put them, you know, in a tissue, it's so easy to just scrunch out that tissue and put it in the bin and you'll not even realize that they're in there. That's how a lot of people's retainers get lost. So I watched this TikTok of this dentist who gave very good advice saying that your retainers should either be in your face or in your case. And so that is what I live by from now on. So I have a case in my bathroom, this little white one. So in the morning, sometimes I'll just chuck them in here, or I will dry them off, take them to my bedroom and put them in one that stays by my bedside. So I have a bathroom one and a bedside one. So I know that they will either be in one of these cases, because before that, I was just leaving them to dry on my windowsill, or like sometimes I would leave them in my bed. Do not. Do not, do not, do not. And I'm going to tell you why right now. So there was this point where I had lost my retainers for like a good 2-3 days and I had looked everywhere. I had ripped my whole freaking flat upside down. I'd looked in every crevice. I'd taken all my bedding off, everything from under my bed. I was just at wit's end. I was like, they're gone. They've just vanished. So I was like, it's okay. I'll just get a new pair made. It'll probably cost like 80 to 100 quid. It's fine. I emailed my dentist. Guess how much it costs to get a new pair made? £385. Luckily, the day after I randomly found them on my windowsill. They were on my windowsill just in the corner. Somehow I just missed them. So yeah, in your face or in your case. Got it? Good. He also gave me some Vitis orthodontic retainer cleaning tablets. It's very important to keep your retainers clean because they can like harvest a lot of like bacteria and just they can get really gross. I make sure to try and keep them as clean as possible. I rinse them every day. Every now and then I give them a brush with my toothbrush. But I actually learnt recently that you're not supposed to use toothpaste to clean them because apparently it can scratch them. So I stopped using that and I just use water about once a month. I put them in a little fizzy bath with these. So far they've stayed pretty clean. Oh, and he also gave me some more of these little things to help get in between my teeth. A quick look at the before and afters. You can see where it's brought my big canines down. It's also pushed them back a bit because they stuck out a little bit. And of course I'm going to have composite bonding to make these into lateral incisors. As for my bottom teeth, they were a little bit crowded and overlapping and it's basically straightened them all out. I also have gaps now between my teeth. I was a little bit confused in my last video where I mentioned it seems like my jaw is going out to the left a little bit here. I'm not actually sure if this was maybe the angle of my face or the camera, but either way, my teeth look a lot straighter now. It's also fixed my overbite. I had quite a deep overbite and I think this is what has changed the aesthetics of my face as well because it's completely changed the shape of my face for the better. And here's my smile. I know it doesn't look a whole lot different in this photo, but I notice it so much when I'm smiling in person, and from all the different angles you can really notice a difference. I know it's really sad, but I've always hated my smile. I used to think I was really ugly when I smile. Now I don't think I'm as ugly when I smile, so yeah, that's good. This is my side profile. You can see where my two front teeth used to go in a little bit and my canines on the side would stick out. This was genetic, but now it's straightened them out. If you want to see more progression photos of my actual braces changing my teeth, go back and watch the last braces update where you can see pictures of that. So what I did notice after having my braces off was my teeth were a little bit more yellow than they were before. So I told my dentist I'd like to get them whitened. I kind of wanted to get like the one and done thing where you just go in and they do it all in one go, but he didn't suggest that for some reason, and I actually looked it up and it's very expensive. But he did actually give me a whitening kit to do at home. So this is the Philips Zoom whitening, and you basically get these little 10% carbamide peroxide. You put like a little drop in each of the little tooth things in your retainers and then you wear them at night. So I started using this and it was so freaking painful. Obviously having a bit of sensitivity is normal, but I would get searing pain randomly in the night. I would literally wake up and be like, it would be like a stabbing pain in my tooth, and this happened like quite often, just randomly. So I stopped for a while and thought I would like take it easy, so I kind of took long breaks. Sometimes I'd forget to use it, sometimes I'd go like a week without using it. Essentially, my teeth didn't really get much whiter. I've been using it for like a few months now. I emailed my dentist and I was like, okay, this is not working. What can I do to fix this? They basically said, okay, you need to be really freaking strict. You need to do like a 3-week treatment where you're doing it like most nights, taking a few off nights for your sensitivity. You need to be more strict with what you're eating and drinking. I have still been drinking tea and coffee and like eating like food with a lot of colors and dyes in them during this period, which is probably why it hasn't worked. And as for the sensitivity, they suggested getting like a sensitive toothpaste, and you can put the sensitive toothpaste in your retainer and wear that. So I actually bought myself some Sensodyne Rapid Relief. This was actually quite expensive. It was over £4. But I also found a cheaper version in Boots, the sensitive toothpaste Boots own. I do think they help. I think this one particularly does. I've now been doing it 2 nights on, 1 night off, and so far I haven't had the kind of pain that I had when I first started doing it. And I'm currently on week 2 of no tea, no coffee, no curry, no like wine, no like really staining foods, and I miss tea so much. I would drink like 4 to 5 cups of tea a day usually, so it hurts me. So I've literally just been having hot water in a cup, sometimes with a bit of honey and lemon. Very bland, but it like gives me still that little bit of comfort of a hot drink. And basically I have to keep going until I get the shade that I want. Here's my little tooth shade chart, and after that then I can get the composite bonding, where I'm having my extra pair of canines made into lateral incisors so that they look normal. But I can't have that done until I've finished the whitening, because once you get the bonding done, the colour that they put on is going to be permanent. So they will match it to your tooth colour, but if you want to whiten your teeth in the future, the colour that they've put on will not match. So they recommend that you get them whitened first to the colour you want, and then get them bonded so that they're all a uniform colour. Another thing I did to give me incentive to actually go through with this like hardcore strict whitening treatment was to get my teeth professionally hygienically cleaned. So I went to a place called the Dental Health Spa in Brighton, and I paid £107 for like a top of the range professional hygienic clean, and I've never had a hygienic clean in my life. Intense. The first half of it didn't really hurt, but when they started scraping away at the plaque and like prodding in my gums, it did hurt a little bit. It was really quite invasive on my gums. There was a lot of blood, but let me tell you, my teeth were so freaking clean. I could fit one of these like little things between each single tooth, whereas before I couldn't. I actually have like an actual gap between my bottom teeth now. Like there's gaps between them, like you see that, whereas before there was like a lot of build up of plaques where it had just like become a part of my tooth, but I didn't realize that that wasn't actually my tooth, that was plaque. This also helped get rid of a lot of the build up that had built up around my bottom teeth, around the back. That's like my problem area where a lot of plaque builds up, and now that I have the bar, it's even harder to keep clean. So getting a dental hygienist clean, I'd recommend it. I had also started using a mouthwash because I felt like it could help during the period when I was still drinking tea and trying to whiten my teeth. I would drink my tea through a straw so that I could still enjoy my tea and coffee, although I do think the residue still managed to get on my teeth. And I also tried like starting to use a mouthwash where I would dilute it with water and I would just rinse my mouth out after every cup of tea or coffee I had, or like meal, but I was kind of bad at remembering to do it, and I drink so much tea and coffee that I don't always remember to wash my mouth out. And also I started using a mouthwash after every brushing, but my dental hygienist told me that I should probably ditch the mouthwash. She said that it doesn't really have much of a purpose. It's great if you want to freshen up your breath, or if you just want to get rid of like some food and crap around your mouth after eating or drinking, but she was like, actually it washes off the protective ingredients in the toothpaste after brushing. She was like, do you rinse after you brush? And I was like, yeah. She was like, stop, you're meant to just spit out as much as you can and keep the residue like on your teeth, and that will protect your teeth. I had heard this before, but I thought it was a myth. But now I've heard it from my dental hygienist, I'm like, okay, this was probably a waste of money, but I do keep it for when I just want to freshen up. Now onto flossing. I spoke in my last update about how I absolutely love my water flosser, my water pick that I had just got. Unfortunately, it actually broke. I went to buy another one, but when I got mine originally, it was on sale for 30 quid. It's now £60, which is its original price. So I went on Amazon to search for a cheaper one, and I found this one, which was about £30, and it pretty much does the exact same thing. I'm not a huge fan of the button placement because sometimes I accidentally press the button just like so. Whilst I'm like doing my teeth, sometimes I'll press the off button or the like faster button. Oh, there's a little robin outside. I've learned to just hold it a bit lower down, but yeah. They come with lots of different attachments for like different cleaning needs. So if you want something like this, I'll leave it in the description along with one with maybe different button placement. And I am still brushing with my good old trusty Oral-B Braun Professional Care electric toothbrush, and it's gross as always, but yeah, it's been working a treat for me. And that is, wow, that was a lot to fit into one update, but there was just so much to update you on. I'm going to finish off my whitening treatment. I then have to go a month still without drinking any tea or coffee or staining foods, which is really hurting my soul. After that, I am then going to go and get the composite bonding, and my teeth are all going to be like straight and square and beautiful. Check below for any links to any stuff that I've mentioned in this video, along with other products that I share in my videos. I have my Patreon below if you want to see more of my personal life and my vlogs. I make my own lip balms, they're in my Etsy shop. All my socials, I make brats videos on TikTok. I do a lot, so check the description for all that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Mwah!